Greetings and welcome to my video, how to boss up for 2026. Gratitude for everybody that's watching this video. A little fun fact, I made a how to level up for 2025. That video is in the link down below in the description. It's on my YouTube channel as well. How to level up for 2025. I did every step to get me into this position right here. So y'all make sure y'all check that video out first and then y'all come back to this video. This is an add-on. I got 5 ways how to boss up for 2026 and I'm adding on a bonus to how to boss up for 2026. So if you ready, I'm ready. Let's get to the video. Now with these, I have them in a specific order that I feel as if is the way to flow into who you want to be, you know, who you supposed to be. So number 1 is first appreciating exactly where you are at, okay? Appreciating where you are is very important when it comes to you wanting to level up, because you cannot look at your life and see it all negative as if God hasn't already blessed you with the things that you need. Man, if you have a roof, if you have a car, if you wake up, if you got legs, man, you should be appreciative to exactly where you are at. You cannot continuously downplay the things that you have right now and try to get up to the higher realms where you're not even appreciating where you are at. It is important that you have to understand that this is a journey that we are all on. So with that being a journey, you have to love the journey. See, there's a lot of movies out there that I appreciate because it's not all about antics. It's not about who's the funniest. It's actually about the story. It's about the journey. It's about who you meet. It's about the shortcomings. It's about the accomplishments. It's about this journey is about all of that. And it's not always going to be good. It's not always going to be ups. It's not always going to be downs. But it's very important, in my opinion, to appreciate exactly where you are at. I had to appreciate exactly where I was at. You know, and it might not have been the best situation, but one thing about it, man, I woke up every day with a smile on my face. I made sure I go to work. I made sure I said hey to everybody that was at work. I made sure I presented myself to a world that I want to project. I want the world to see me as an outstanding young man. I want a source to see me as an outstanding young man. So that's how I showed myself up to the world. Every day, every time I woke up, I appreciated exactly where I was at. If I had $0 to my name, I appreciate it. If I had $10, I had to go into the tank on my truck just to get down to work, and that's all I had to get back there and back. I appreciate it. These are real stories I'm telling you, man. Man, I wasn't always in the position where I am now. You know, I had to go through some things. But one thing about it, I appreciate all of that because one thing about it, there was lessons between all of that I went through. There was something to learn. There was something to take on to the path. Because the thing about it is, you cannot reach for the stars if you have not done the necessary work down here. What do I mean by that? Because if I give you the stars right now, you will mess it up. Because you haven't got to the point where you haven't got to the point where you can recognize game when game is getting played on you. You know what I mean? You can't have certain people in your lives. That is okay. Some people you got to cut off. Some people got to create boundaries. So I went through all of this in my journey. And I'm appreciative because of now I know how to discern certain energies. I know how to appreciate. I know how not to be so judgmental to other people. So number 1, appreciate where you're at. Number 2, plant seeds. So once you appreciate exactly where you're at, you say you want to, manifest more sources of income, okay? It is important that you plant the necessary seeds. Now, when I was a young boy, man, I used to get my money and I used to go out there and I buy a whole bunch of $1,000 shoes and clothes and things of that sort. And that served me no purpose. I done threw all of those clothes away, you know? I done threw all of them away. I done threw all of the shoes away. They no longer serve my purpose, okay? But that is something that I was doing when I was, on my way up in a certain manner. You know, I get my money. I wouldn't even invest anything to the market. I wouldn't invest into a book. I wouldn't invest into anything. So what I say is plant seeds. I started seeing a turnaround when I was planting seeds. And planting seeds can be you. Here we go, buying a book, you know? Because with that, it comes wisdom. You're planting seeds of good things, of good things that's coming into your brain, good ideas, with good ideas, it brings sources of income. So what I started was I planted seeds of knowledge within my vessel. Now that also comes with shadow work. I did shadow work. I planted good seeds with myself with the shadow work. Then I did financial literacy. I bought the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I started becoming more financial literate. And if you go down to my YouTube now, you will see that I have a video titled My Greatest Purchase and My Worst Purchase. And that's the shoes, the $1,300 shoes, and it was a $20 book, you know? So I say that's a very good investment. See, I say plant seeds because you can wish upon a star, but if I wish upon a star and I just wait, there's nothing happening. So I have to put in the work. So you plant seeds by using your money to work for you, okay? Instead of buying $1,300 shoes, now let's buy $1,300 worth of shares into a company. Or let's pay for our business to get up and running. Now why I say this, man, LLC ain't nothing but about $200. So I paid $1,300 for some shoes, but the LLC is $200. Man, the LLC will take you further than some damn shoes will. Trust and believe. So those are the seeds that I'm talking about. But in order to have that ideology, I had to plant my seeds. The first seed that I had planted was the books. It was the environment, was the entertainment that I was entertaining. The things that I was watching. I was more so consuming bull crap when I should be, consuming something that's going to nurture exactly where I want to go. Because if I see myself in a position of, high ranking, businessman, or anything of that sort, I need to surround myself with that energy. I need to indulge myself with that energy at all times. There's no room for leisuring or sitting there and buying things out of pleasure. Where do you want to go? You can have all the pleasure and the fun in the world, but if you still have these dreams and aspirations for yourself, you have to get those first. You have to leave the pleasures alone, So planting healthy seeds within your vessel is very, very, very important to me. That's why I labeled it number 2. Number 3, flow state. Now, man, all of these is important. So you're going to keep hearing me say it is important, this is important. But flow state, flowing into exactly what you wanted to manifest, okay? That means not forcing, just let things flow, let things be, let things come to you, let ideas flow to you. Here's the thing. I've noticed when I go out and I crowbar myself into something, as in, like, say a vehicle. It was a time where I had a truck, and at this time I also had a car, and the car did me very well. $600 payments with the insurance is like, it's butter, it's very good at the time. So I went out, I feel like I was doing good, I'm getting more money and things of that sort. So I went out, I got a truck, and I gave the car to my mom. And honestly, looking back on it, that had to be it had to be the worst decision that I made. And that's what I mean by crowbarring a situation, crowbar a blessing, that is something that didn't serve my highest and greatest good. And with that not serving my highest and greatest good, it ended up being a burden on me, So flowing and knowing that everything that's happening to you has your highest and greatest good, whether you deem it not good or a setback, is not. I promise you, when it comes down to it, everything has already been written. You're just flowing into it. Especially when you have already set your mind and your attention to something. Now it's time for you to plant your seeds. You plant the seeds, and what do you do after you plant your seeds? You sit there and you watch it grow. You nurture it. You make sure that, your investments are all okay. But you do not want to crowbar yourself. You do not want to force anything. Because when you force, you start losing. The more you squeeze something in the palm of your hands, the more it slips out. So that's why I say staying in the flow state and staying present with yourself, they are very important when it comes to manifesting. It's very important. You just want to be just like a river. You want to be as still as a river. You want to keep your mind still as a river. Also, you do not want to compare. You want to know that what you got going on in your mind that's going to come in your reality is going to come, and can nobody tell you any different. You want to remain in the flow state and remain present. Now let's get to number 4. Number 4, you move as if you already have what you are manifesting. This is a deep one right here. I'm gonna get personal. Right now, I'm in a position of manifesting right before your eyes right now. Okay, you see my get up, check the swag though. You see my brother is very clean, you know, because I'm manifesting there. I'm manifesting up. So I have very big dreams and affirmations for myself. I see a beautiful vision within myself. So you see what I'm doing now? I'm moving as if I'm already there. I'm dressing as if I'm already there. I'm talking like I'm already there. I'm getting around certain individuals that's already there. I'm getting around the energy that I want to become. I want to be up there, so I'm about to get surrounded around people that's already up there. I'm getting game from people that's already up there. I'm getting game from mom and dad. I'm getting game from the people that was in my past that showed me something that's the opposite. I'm getting game from that. I'm getting game from my older versions of myself that I seen I was in karma cycles. I'm getting game from that because I'm getting game from everywhere. I'm moving as if I'm already in the position that I'm manifesting. And it's so important because I call it being delusional. You wake up, you move like you already are in that position. So when you see yourself in a position of, being a nurse or having your own business, you wake up every day, you put on a suit and a tie, you go out there, you stump, you walk, just go walk. You're going to feel the energy that energy holds. You're going to start feeling it. You're going to start moving in a direction. You move as if you already have what's in your mind. Because when you picture it, then you start moving it. But here's the thing. Do not let anybody take your vision away from you. Do not allow anybody to tell you that, hey, you're thinking far-fetched, or I don't believe that, or I hear what you're saying, but that's not gonna come true. You're overthinking. No, that is your superpower. Your superpower is your mind and your heart and manifestation. Remember who you are, okay? Remember who you are. And also remember, manifesting. Move as you already got it. Throw on the clothes. Get around the people. Watch the YouTube videos. Man, do y'all know how many videos I don't watch of scat packs? I wanted a scat pack for so long, man. So I was on my manifestation tip. So I don't watch so many people get them. So many people get the cars, and I'm like, man, I want to get that. And I feel as if I was getting too caught up on the destination, but I'm not looking at the journey. So I'm looking at the end result, but I'm not looking at what it took to get there. So I had to change my perspective on that as well. And I had to start looking at, okay, I see you got that. How did you get this? Teach me how you got that. Just like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. And also, you can teach a man how to fish. He'll eat for a lifetime. You give a man a fish, he eat for one day. Please teach me how you got to this position. Let me observe this person that's in this position already that I see myself in. Let me observe this person. Let me feel their energy. Let me see their mannerisms. Let me see the books that they don't read. Let me see the people that they don't got in contact with. You have to move according to whatever your vision of where you see yourself. You have to move according to that, man. Okay? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, I'm looking at a G-Wagon right now, man. I sit beside the G-Wagon, I talk to the G-Wagon, I manifest with the G-Wagon. Yeah, we over there. I'm feeling the energy though. Everybody's manifestations is different. I'm giving y'all game and insight of my life because one thing about it, I know it works. I'm a living proof of the 2025 video. I was in 2024. I had a mattress on the floor, man. I had a mattress on the floor. I had a house, but I couldn't really afford it. You know, going from job to job, man, it was a whole lot of things that was going on. But one thing about it, I did not give up on myself. I did not give up on my healing. I just continued. I was appreciative for exactly where I was at, and I kept on working. I kept on healing. I kept on learning more ideals, more skill sets that was going to get me to the next level. Because we also have to remember that not only that manifestation comes with everything that I'm saying, but we also have to sharpen our skill sets. What do you bring to $1 million table? Can you bring in $1 million idea? Can you bring in a new service? What do you offer? And the only way you will know what you offer to yourself is you sit with yourself and you find out exactly what you are good at. So, add on. Know your worth. Know who you are at. Know who you are. Know what you bring. Know what's your skill set. Know what's your weaknesses. Know what's your strengths. You have to know these parts about yourself, so when you manifest it, you walk into that room, you walk in there with confidence. You get what I'm saying? You walk in there and can't nobody tell you anything. Do not walk in fear. Do not walk like you're scared. You walk in that room as if you already own whatever it is that you're going for. Any place I step in, you feel my energy like, okay, this brother know what he's talking about. Let me listen to him. Yes. But the thing about it is, it took work. It took understanding myself. It took a whole lot of discipline. It took a whole lot of, crying, shedding tears of the past and where I want to see myself, but I don't see myself yet there, but I see myself, but I ain't there yet, and things not working out. You have to remain present. That's why I'm bringing this video, because I know a lot of us want to get to that next step, but not exactly know how to. Don't worry. Your man Ben Foreverloved on right here, and I'm still spreading more love. Now let's get to number 5. The leader. The leader guides and inspires others. He knows when to speak and when to listen, leading by example, not intimidation. Last but not least, not doubting yourself. Do not doubt yourself, okay? Doubting your abilities will be the destroyer of your manifestation. What are some ways that we doubt ourselves? It's a good question. There's some ways that I doubted myself in my manifestations growing up, because all I knew was lack. All I knew was what I didn't get. I'm used to hearing no. I'm used to failing. So with those programs running, I don't think to sit there and manifest. And when I do, I'm like, man, you know what? That ain't gonna ever happen, because the stuff that happened to me in the past, that can't be happening. See, that's poverty mindset. That's moving with lack. That's moving with I'm no good. That's moving with energy that does not serve your highest and greatest good. And I had to learn how to, keep things that happened in the past, then see why things happened in the past and why it happened. That lets me know, that helps me and give me a game plan and a strategy about the present and the future. You never want to doubt yourself. That's going to kill your manifestation in an instant, okay? You want to know that everything has happened to you, it happened for you. In a good way, for a good reason, okay? Whether you needed to heal, whether that was a blocking, that blocking was a blessing. We have to look at those things like that. Every blockage is not it's not a no. Every block is not a no. I don't got blocked from a lot of things, but 9 times out of 10, I was protected from some things that I did not need to experience. You get what I'm saying? So, when it comes down to manifesting, you want to keep in the mindset that whatever happens, it's going to happen. If it has my highest greatest good, it will happen. If it do not, I'm okay with it not happening. You know why? Because that wasn't my path. I want what's mine. I do not want what's somebody else's. I want what is mine, okay? So you do not want to block your own blessings because of you're operating in the past. You do not want to block your own blessings by operating in the past. Operating in the past hurt, in the past letdowns, in the past no's, in the past. You don't want to operate like that. You're in a whole different space. We're in a space where now it's so easy to manifest. All you have to do is what? All you have to do is believe. All you have to do is know. As a kid, our imaginations, they run rampant. I know me, man. One day I was a fireman, then the next day I was Spider-Man. Then the next day I was a policeman. Then the next day I was a constructor man. Then the next day I was a lawnmower man. I was a whole lot of things. That's where my imagination had taken me, and we go through life. And we get let down and we get told no, and then, I believe I can fly, and you try to fly off the couch and, you fall. You're like, okay, so things happen, and it's like, okay, maybe I can't, but that's wrong. You can. There's no such thing, there's no limitations. No, we're going to be foolish. I'm not going to jump off the roof. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? We're not going to be foolish. Let's use our minds. But anything that's on this physical realm, you can accomplish it. If you want to work for NASA, well, hell, work for NASA. You know what I mean? If you want to be a school teacher, become a school teacher. Go online, look up some YouTube videos of school teachers and what they did and how they get there, and you start moving as such. I promise you, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. You walk in with the confidence that you already supposed to be there. Your resume don't mean nothing. If you got a cool mouthpiece, you can get into whatever. So you have to. That goes back to what I was saying with sharpening your skills. Sharpening your skills. See, the reason why we don't trust ourselves, because we haven't sat with ourselves long enough to even know our strong points that's already within us. Those are our gifts. That's why one may not trust themselves and trust their manifestations. You got to sit there and you got to find out what you are good at. And once you find out what you are good at, now can't nobody tell you you're not good at it, because you don't practice this skill for so long. You don't practice on yourself for so long. How can somebody outside of yourself tell you that you're not good at what the hell you don't practice? It don't work like that. You can't tell me about me. You go find out about yourself, and then you come back to me. But here's the thing, though. That's how you gotta move about yourself. You gotta move like you already a trophy, like you already him. That's how I got in this position, man. I tuned myself into the right frequencies. I made sure I looked myself in the mirror and said, man, you're a very impactful young man. You're very strong-minded. You're smart, you're handsome, you got out of a lot of stuff that didn't serve your highest degree is good. Boy, your discernment game is on point. Your discernment game was on point here. It wasn't on point there, but it's all right though, because we're gonna go back into the lab and we're gonna tighten up. That's how you gotta talk to yourself. Talk to yourself like as if you a child and you trying to nurture yourself. Don't beat yourself up. No, don't do that. That's not gonna help you. No, you talk to yourself as you trying to build yourself up. When you build yourself up, you know what I mean? Can't nobody stop the confidence. And with the confidence comes the manifestation. You don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. No, tap into yourself. Tap into yourself to find out who you are, what you are good at, what skill sets you are good at. Some of y'all are teachers. Some of y'all are rocket scientists. But you got to tap into yourself to even find out that, hey, I'm good at mathematics and all the other stuff that NASA people be doing that I'm not good at, but I don't want to be good. I don't want to be good at it, you know what I mean? But we have to sit with ourselves and nurture ourselves, We gotta sit, we gotta nurture ourselves, we gotta love ourselves, we gotta tap in with ourselves, we gotta know our strong suits, our weaknesses. That's gonna bring the confidence. Once you bring the confidence of that, once you don't massage those parts of yourself that you don't nurture them parts of yourself that needed that nurturing. Can't nobody tell you you're not good at being no teacher. Can't nobody tell you you're not good at being no dealership. Don't let 50 no's deter you off of your path. If somebody's saying no, man, they could have been hating. Now you hating on yourself because somebody hating on you. You can't think like that. You gotta love yourself to the point where you can say no to me 100 times. I know I'm still that. You know, because I done the inside work, okay? And yeah, you got to watch out for the ego as well, though. You got to watch out for the ego as well. You got to know good game from bad game. You got to, and that comes with discernment. Know good game from bad game. I'm not going to sit around here and tell you that can't nobody tell me nothing. No, that's incorrect. I talk to my mom and dad every day. They tell me the places I need to tighten up at. I listen. I oblige. You hear what I'm saying? Because I let my ego go. I don't get too big-headed in these spaces. Remember that. They might be number 6. I might add an add-on. Don't get too big for your britches now. All right? That's an add-on. Number 6. Do not get too big for your britches, boy. Let me take a sip of water on that one. Do not get too big for your britches. Yes, you can ask for everything in the world, and you can walk that path to get them. But here's the thing, fam. Here's the thing. You start not listening. Oh, you start going backwards. Oh, you start getting people that doesn't serve your highest greatest good. Oh, you mess with karmics, boy. It's a long fall down. You better know it. It's a long fall down. Don't get too big-headed now. That's very important. Keep your ego at bay. Tap in with your ego. You know, because we all tap in with our egos, you know, and it's about controlling yourself, controlling those parts of yourself that the ego want to just come out on the forefront and tell a person about themselves, or tell a person, yeah, you ain't messing with me because I'm this and the third. That first of all, that's nasty energy, okay? That's nasty energy. Because think about your path. Look at all of the crap that you had to put up with when it came to co-workers and supervisors and teachers, and hell, your mama and your daddy and all these other people that came around and crapped on you. How did you feel? Okay? Let's not get too big-headed when we get up in rank. You know what I mean? Because you was once there. So compassion is important. That's why I express healing a lot, because when you are healing, then you take on the characteristics of a person showing compassion. You'll show more compassion just off the rip. You will know when your ego is at the forefront. You will know a lot of things about yourself because you done did that inside work to say, okay, boom, my ego is on the forefront. Let me relax. You get what I'm saying? I'm not showing compassion here. Let me show some compassion. And one thing about it is okay. I mean, I talk to myself every day. I talk to mom and dad every day. And I say, you know what? I wasn't showing compassion right there. You know what I mean? And I be real with myself. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm feeling like I can make these plays and call these shots, when all actuality, fam, that's not what I was meant to do. That's not me. I'm not a judge. I'm not supposed to be judging. Why am I judging somebody for? Why am I judging these people? You get what I'm saying? Then I had to tap in with myself. Why am I being judgmental? Oh, it's because I was judged my whole life, and now I done took on the whole thing of judging people. You can't move. You have to be real with yourself. Okay? It's very important to be real with yourself, and I'm teaching myself that. There's a whole lot of parts of ourselves that we may not like. They may be, you know, the good, bad, and the ugly, and the hideous. But that one thing about it, there's a part of oneself, and you have to, when those feelings arise, when them thoughts arise, you go ahead and check them. Okay, there's a part of me that's judgmental, or there's a part of me that, you know, don't like something, whatever that's in the present moment. If I feel as if I don't like this particular part, or whoever done said something or whatever, I tap into myself. So it's important to remain grounded. That's a part as well. Remain grounded. Remain present where you are at. Remain grounded, and keep focus on where you're going. Keep your focus on that. You know, keep your focus on yourself as well. You want to also always remain present with yourself. That'll let you know if you're on the right path. You get what I'm saying? So, to wrap this video up, I'm very, very, very excited about this video, and I appreciate everybody that has watched this video through and through. You know, I say to y'all, this video right here is gonna level up a whole bunch of y'all just because of the energy that I'm giving. I'm giving some of y'all that manifestation energy right now. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. I'm giving some of y'all that energy right now. So what y'all do is y'all make sure y'all write down exactly what y'all want. You know, talk to your ancestors, tap into your higher self, tap into source, tap in. If you cannot tap in, it is okay. You know, I have my services. I have my website. The link is in the description. And I do channeling services. So if you need to talk to your ancestors, but you can't hear, they'll talk through me and they'll let you know exactly what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So there's no disconnect there. I'm connecting the bridges to everyone. You know what I mean? So yeah, make sure y'all write down what y'all want and y'all dream it. Y'all believe it. Y'all feel it. Y'all see it. Y'all move with it. You in a Toyota and you want a BMW, boy, you better put a BMW logo on that Toyota. You better drive it like it's a BMW. You better, you gotta move like you already got it. Sometimes you gotta be delusional when you're manifesting, you know? But I appreciate everybody that watched the video. Y'all make sure y'all tap into my Instagram, Benforeverloved, my TikTok, Benforeverloved, and my Twitch, Benforeverloved. I'm also gonna start going live on Twitch. We're gonna be chopping up a whole lot of game, giving pointers and things of that sort. Y'all make sure y'all go and follow me on those. But here, once again, it's your man, Benforeverloved, and I'm still here spreading more love. Peace and ashe to the fam, and I'm out.